82227. This has been a public service message from the NFCC.
Stocks are moving lower for a third day, and it's all about earnings. From Bloomberg World Headquarters in New York, I'm Charlie Pellet. SunTrust Banks and BF Corp are helping lead losses in the S&P 500 after reporting results, while General Electric is down more than 3% for a second day after posting sales last week that trailed estimates. Now, after the closing bell, we will be hearing from Yahoo. Brian Weiser is Senior Research Analyst at Pivotal Research Group.
This is going to be a really important call because it's the first introduction most of us will have had to Marissa Mayer in a context outside of Google. And I think we can't understand how important it is to assessing Yahoo's prospects, their bias towards growth versus returning capital, what they think about their Asian assets. Do they want to go into e-commerce? Do they want to double down on media, ad tech?
The S&P 500 index is down 4 points to 1428, a drop of 0.3%. Dow Industrials down 50 points, a drop of 0.4%. NASDAQ is holding on to a 3-point gain. That's a Bloomberg Market Minute.
News every half hour in Lars Larson Now on News Radio 1340 Clue AM.
Welcome back to the program. 11 minutes before the hour, and Alan Alley joins us now, chairman of the Oregon Republican Party, and just now the immediate past co-chair of the Oregon Transformation Project. Alan, we got a lot of ground to cover in about 10 minutes. What was the Oregon OTP, and why did you quit as co-chair?
Well, the Oregon Transformation Project is something that I started a couple of years ago, right after the election, or actually during the election.
We got to cover a lot of ground here. Alan, should this have been set up by the OTP? I mean, in other words, is this the kind of thing that the Oregon Transformation Project should have done? And if so, their ties to both you and to Rob Kramer as treasurer of the Oregon GOP seem real disturbing to people. We've always identified this as being a center-right group, and then they let 5 women speak for the entire group and say, well, these are the people we choose to stay in office, a whole bunch of Democrats.
Well, Lars, that's why I resigned. I don't think it's appropriate to do that. They looked at it from the standpoint of these are 5 women. The output from the group was favorable to many Republicans. The women endorsed some Democrats. They thought that it was a favorable thing to do, so they released the report. I didn't think that was true, so I resigned as chairman.
All right. How did they get the money? How many of these mailers did they send out? Where did they get the money to do it?
I have no idea. I wasn't involved in it.
Okay, but you were involved in the group this weekend, right?
Yeah, I was the chairman of the group, but I said I have not been involved basically at all in any of the day-to-day things that they were doing for the last year and a half or so.
Well, because this really seems odd that something that was aligned with you, with Kramer, and that Kramer's been making money from this, right?
I don't know if he's making money from the Oregon Transformation Project. Lars, this is something that I started to focus on the budgets. About a year and a half ago, I stepped away from it. I remained as chairman in name only. They were doing some good work. I didn't mind that. They did something that I didn't agree with, and I resigned immediately.
Yeah, and the thing they did that you didn't agree with was sending out this endorsement list.
Exactly. And I'm the chairman of the Republican Party. I'm trying to get Republicans elected all over the state. All Republicans. These are people that have laid themselves on the line for us. I respect every single one of our candidates. We're doing an awful lot of fundraising. We've kind of gotten through that. I'm now spending that money in support of all of our Republican candidates statewide.
So now you have this group that you used to be the co-chair of that's literally trying to get Peter DeFazio to beat Art Robinson. He only beat him by a few percentage points last time. Dr. Robinson has a great chance of winning this time. You know, if this kind of stuff doesn't go out and wreck those chances.
Well, he does, and I'm a huge fan of Art Robinson. He's been a great supporter of the party. He's been a great unifier of the party. He's really done a fantastic job of energizing the grassroots. We're helping Art as much as we can at the party level, and I want to continue doing that. And that's why, as soon as it came out, within a few hours of seeing it, I resigned.
Well, can you help us, though, because you've got this perspective of having been the head of it, and I understand you stepped away to head the GOP, but did this Oregon Transformation Project get hijacked by the Democrat Party? Or
no, I don't.
How did this happen?
I don't think so. I think it's evolved. They're getting involved in much, much broader issues. I think they did this focus group with these women. They actually thought the results were pretty good for Republicans and published the results. I don't think there's anything more than that.
Alan, how is endorsing the likes of Jenny Burdick good for conservatives?
I don't agree with what they did. I'm just trying to tell you what I think the process was.
I even wonder how in the world do you turn over the choice of who a group ought to endorse to 5 folks who are not even, I mean, it'd be one thing if you said the board of directors of OTP endorses these people, but they just went out and chose 5 average folks. And, like I said, there's nothing wrong with average folks, but those 5 people represent those 5 points of view, not the other 2 million women who live in the state or the 2 million men who live in the state.
That's exactly true. And like I said, I wasn't involved in it. I think they're good people. Rob Kramer has been a good guy and a good supporter of conservative values and conservative issues on school choice and voucher programs and everything else that he's done there. I have nothing against that. It's just that when they publish something that has an endorsement of Democrats, I can't be involved with that and resign immediately.
Well, no doubt. But I guess I'm just wondering why Rob would let this kind of thing happen. I mean, not that I'm saying that every group has to endorse every single person, but if you're a Republican-oriented group, the only reason you'd endorse Democrats is when the Republican is so thoroughly flawed, or when the Democrat is so obviously superior that you say, well, we have to in this case. It's, we're doing it based on the issues.
Right, and I think from their point of view, and you need to talk to them. I don't know if you have. I'm down here in Medford.
I've talked to Bridget Barton. I've not talked to Rob. I've sent him emails and everything else.
By the way, Newt Bueller just did a vacant chair debate with Kate Brown down here in Medford. I came down to see them debate, and Kate didn't show up again. So, anyway, talk to them about the reasoning behind it, because I don't know. I really wasn't involved.
Okay.
I saw it. I saw they endorsed Democrat.